Hey everybody, welcome to another super exciting Arkham Horror list video. Today is top 5 experienced rogue cards. Let's dive right in. Brinn's number 5 is Easy Mark.
This card's just awesome. Sometimes you start campaigns and you realize that you have cards in your deck that you really don't want to be there. And for one experience, you get to take 3 of them out.
Yeah.
That's a good reason. I like it.
But also, this card is basically, like, at its actual worst, this card is pretty much emergency cash. And at its best, it is so much better than that.
Yeah.
Also, it has icons that you can pitch it for, so, like, it's really good with a jellyfish egg.
It has icons.
Yeah, literally any of them. I'll take whatever.
Yeah, the card seems great, and I think your point of paying 1 experience to get rid of 3 cards from your deck is very good.
Yeah, sometimes you just end up with something that you thought would work, but it doesn't.
Yeah. Speaking of that, my number 5 card is called Sharon's Obol. This card,
Who's Sharon?
you know, just the guy who sits all day combing his hair at the River Styx.
Oh, Charon. Okay.
So he has this card is. I don't know why I love it so much. I've played it once when I did my solo Finn recording because I thought, hey, if I die, I'm gonna not continue recording after this. I can see why it's not played because Brinn usually plays our green characters and he is a master of being defeated during a scenario.
Man.
I
Just
think
Like at least once a campaign.
Yeah.
I think Travis would play this card very well because he very rarely gets defeated. But I just think the risk reward of this card is really fun. I don't know if you should put it in your decks ever if you're playing multiplayer. I think it's better if you're playing solo, put it in because who cares. But
Yeah.
the card's
I think
fun.
it's fine in multiplayer. Like, one thing I don't like about it is, like, in multiplayer, either you don't die ever, and then you get to, like, you just get so much more experience than the rest of your teammates, and your deck gets so much better than theirs, and that's, like, kind of not fun for the other people.
Mm-hmm.
Or, like, you die and your character gets killed and you have to start a new one, and that's also kind of not fun.
Yeah, it's true. It's all true. Like the risk reward is I probably would never play it with you guys, but if I'm playing a solo green character, I'm just gonna pay 2 experience and put this in. It pays itself off after 1 scenario. That's I just want to go.
No, it's a good card. It's just like not always super fun from a social perspective.
Yeah, definitely. Travis's number 5 is 3 Aces.
I like the myriad mechanic a lot, and while I haven't had the opportunity to play with this card, I really, really enjoy the just the idea behind it. I really like Green's gambling theme.
Yeah, I like that theme as well.
I just think this is a cool card. I don't really have any particular reason on the list other than I need green cards. Like the others have been stuck on their yellow lists and purple lists a little bit. I'm kind of stuck on this one.
You know, that's how it works, right? If it's the color you play the least, it's hard to find them. I think the card's it's interesting, you know.
Yeah, no, I think it's cool. I think it's tentatively good.
I also like that the art is different than the other kind of art in the game. It kind of gives this kind of like more I don't know, the feeling it gives is different when I look at this card.
Yeah. It's a lot more cartoony.
Yeah, it is. Number 4, Brinn's is the Lupara.
This is probably, well, maybe not the best, but it's in the running for one of the best non-blue weapons in the game. Sometimes, you end up with no bullets on the gun that you're using primarily, and you get engaged by a big enemy, but surprise, you've got a shotgun in your bloomers, and he didn't know that.
Comes out of nowhere.
Then what's he gonna do? The answer is probably take 6 damage.
Yeah, just get gorped.
This card does a lot of damage. This card is also insane with one of my favorite cards in the game. It is a card called Sleight of Hand. If you're playing green cards, you should look it up. You just get to cheat a thing into play and then put it back in your hand at the end of the turn, so you get like free ammo. This card is sweet. Even without that, this card is very good.
My number 4 is the gold pocket watch. Many a times this has come and we've rejoiced. And I'm still waiting for the time where one of us skips or repeats the Mythos phase.
I would like to skip the investigator phase, please.
Yeah, I just think the card's strong. And going back, I love the art, the notes that Travis had on it in our art video. I think the card's just all around a great time.
That'd be a fun playthrough. What if we did like a campaign where you were just trying to die the least? And it was like a competitive campaign between us.
That would be interesting. I would be down to try something like that.
So you have to balance your cards out between being able to handle threats that people dump on you while also like trying to impact them negatively.
We call it like multiplayer solo mode.
Yeah.
Travis,
So you're playing like green cards, and you're like giving people treacheries, and you're like, I don't think you can handle this one.
Yeah.
Travis, your number 4 is level 2 hot streak.
Yeah, this one actually is one of the first green cards I was actually like, kind of excited about seeing because you could play it in Wendy, whose character I actually enjoy playing quite a bit. Probably my favorite red character. But it does a really good job of just providing for that big money green archetype at a lower cost because prior to this card being printed, your only option was like hot streak level 4 and 8 experience for 2 cards is a lot. And like this was one of the first examples of them putting out sort of a bridge in between for getting to that place.
Yeah. And you get a shit ton of money and you're like, I'm rich.
Yeah,
What now, Gregory Gry?
He still bets against you.
Brinn's number 3 card is Ace in the Hole.
Yeah, if I have to convince you to play this, then maybe I would suggest that you go watch some videos on like the fundamentals of card games because this card is just free, take an extra turn.
Yeah.
So
3 action.
Yeah, like how could that be bad? How could it ever be bad? The only thing that's not great about it is it costs 6 XP to put in your deck, and you can only have one of them.
But then still, you draw it and you're like, I'll take another turn, thank you.
Yeah, your teammates are like, can you handle these things? And you're like, yes. But then you're playing green cards, and you remember you can't handle anything.
Yeah.
Oh God, what do?
My number
I get to do more of this, but I get to do it all bad still.
my number 3 is Haste. I feel like there is a lot of potential in this card to just take so many tricks, as the wonderful Dexter Drake does in the image. He has 8 arms. He's a spider.
He's doing so many things.
But just the whole fact, the thing that makes Haste really strong is that it triggers off Activate, which is anytime you see that arrow. So it'll allow you to do on the assets you have in front of you, do multiple times to the point where you can just be on a normal turn with a green character, potentially be taking 5 actions a turn if you have like this and Leo in front of you. And I just think there's a lot of potential. And I'm excited to play a green character with Haste. I think that's going to be a good time.
I'm not gonna enjoy waiting for your turn to end.
Pardon? Oh, yeah.
I'm not gonna enjoy waiting for your turn to end.
Yeah. Travis's number 3 is Sure Gamble, but we're going to get back to that one. So let's continue on our list.
I think that's the first time that's happened, where mine came before someone else's.
Yeah. Brinn and my number 2 is Lola Santiago. She's incredible.
Yeah. No, actually though.
Yeah, like she gives you 2 excellent stat boosts, and that she is testless. Costs money, yes, to gain clues, but money's not a problem when you're green.
Yeah, like
I don't like her.
It mostly just kind of isn't. You know.
She takes my job.
She does take your job.
Yeah, I think if this card was missing like the bottom piece of text, the fast action to gain a clue, I'd still be thinking about paying 3 experience for it. Like maybe not super happy about it, but I think somewhere in between 2, like at 2, it would be very good. And at 3, it's just like kind of medium, like without the free clues part.
She's especially great in locations that have some sort of stipulation when it comes to investigating, because she just says, "I will defeat that with science and
Yeah.
archaeology."
Yeah, sometimes the game's like, there's a locked door here or whatever. And you're like, and?
Yeah, she's no nonsense. She's like, "That locked
Yeah.
door won't stop me." And you're like, "How do you do this, Lola?" And she says, "It's my little secret."
Yeah.
On a similar note to this character, what do you guys think of Delilah or Rourke?
I don't know who that is.
3-cost green ally from Where the Gods Dwell. You would know because we haven't played that one yet. 3 experience. She commits for a punch and a foot. You get +1 punch, +1 foot. As a lightning bolt, exhaust her and spend X resources. Choose an enemy or location. Deal 1 damage to the chosen enemy, 2 damage instead if the enemy is exhausted. X is the chosen enemy's evade value, and then she takes 3 heart and 2 brain.
I think
She's like
good.
Lola, but she deals damage instead.
Yeah, I think she's good.
Yeah. It's probably pretty strong.
I think it really it depends on the green character you're building, right? I feel like I would choose Lola more often over her because clues are a bigger hurdle for green than like enemies are, because you'll just usually evade them and then they're someone else's problem.
Getting book and foot is also generate for most, well, maybe not most green characters. I guess it doesn't matter what you get for Jenny, but like for Finn,
Yeah.
foot and book are like more important than punch is. And
Yes.
the same for Safina, right? And like I guess also for Preston, it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, Preston's just there for the bottom text.
Yeah.
Travis, you have Daredevil for your number 2.
Yeah, I like this one because it relies on luck, and I'm lucky. You play this card, and like, okay, look, I've only ever really played one green character as Finn in our all green run, and this card was a lot of fun playing with him, so that's why it's on the list.
Yeah. And this card's going to just get better, too, right?
Yeah, no, it combos really well with my number 1 pick, especially if those are like the only skills in your deck. So you're just like use as extra copies of it. Like in a really roundabout way, you can make it just increase the consistency of your deck.
I think also what's most important about Daredevil is the card is just very fun.
It is fun. You get to flip cards and you're like, what's it gonna be?
Yeah.
I think if you're playing Daredevil in your deck, you need to pay experience to put a copy of Double or Nothing in your deck. So then you are, in fact, actually a Daredevil.
Yeah, I agree.
When you commit
That would be really cool. Yeah, no, that's very flavorful. I like that.
All right.
Sometimes your thing just explodes.
Brinn,
Just
your
damn
number
it.
1
Yeah.
is Sure Gamble.
Yeah. This card is like the most green card in the game to me.
Yeah.
The game's like, this is how things are going to be. It's going to be tough. You're going to fail. It's going to suck. And you're like, no. Let me explain the rules to you. I'm going to succeed. It's going to be awesome. And you're going to do nothing.
Yeah. I also like that somehow the idea of it is very similar, but like when purple manipulates it, it feels like, magic. But this one feels like you're cheating. It's like you're just, with a little pen, just, no, it's a plus.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
Well, yeah, that's because purple interacts typically with the more often with the encounter deck. So like you see what the threat is, and then you react appropriately. Whereas this one is like you're really like playing a roulette sort of thing. It's like you're gambling, but the results already been fixed.
Yeah. Yeah, because
Right?
Travis,
You're
this was on
gambling,
your
but
list.
like not really.
Yeah, Travis, this was on your list too.
Yeah.
It's just a good card.
It is a good card. It's very fun to. It's a very nice backup to sit and have your hand. Like as long as I got 2 resources, I almost can't fail.
Yeah. It's it was I didn't put it on my list just because it was on both of your guys' lists and I did mine. But I think the card's great as well. It's fun and you feel powerful and you're a cheater and that's what green is.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah.
No, it's
Green's all about ways to cheat the rules.
My number 1 green card is Double. When Travis built me that Safina deck, I had a blast playing Double with all my events. It's amazing. You do so much. Albeit you do have to draw it, and the times you don't, you're like, look at all these events I'm wasting playing them normally. I'm not playing them with my magic skill.
Oh yeah, you can't look at it that way, Justin. You look at it, you're just playing the game, and then sometimes you draw double, and then when you have it, you're just playing the game twice.
No, when you have tasted the power of the blood of God, you always want it. But the card's great. It's really fun, and the art's cool.
Yeah, no, it's a really good card.
Travis, your number one is All In.
Yeah, this card lets you draw more cards. Yeah, like I said, it's really good for fueling the Succeed by 2 archetype that I played one time, and that's extended my green experience. And this card was really tied it all together, where I always had all the cards I needed all the time. And if I didn't, not only did I have like this, I have like, because the only other green skills in my deck were like opportunists, and I was like, these are going to be either in my hand or my discard. And then Daredevil always found All In, so I always had a handful of cards, even if the game was sometimes like, get out, you get to autofill those tests. It was like, hey, that's fine, I'll just do it again next turn.
Yeah.
Like, this card is just, it's so good. It says you're all in, but it's like, and yeah, I guess it really sucks if you fail, but just don't fail.
Yeah, just don't fail.
Just draw it, shit's good.
And in the build you had, your deck was like perfect to take advantage of it.
Yeah, and like 5 cards, man, and you get to shuffle back any weaknesses you draw. Like,
yeah.
Yeah, that card is
5
pretty
cards.
Sweet. Travis is just in shock. He's like, wow.
That's so many cards, man.
It is kind of a lot of cards.
That's like 5/8 of your hand size.
I do like that. Going through all the green exceptional cards, there's a lot of good stuff that green can do in the later stages of the campaign.
Yeah, I see a building experience for it.
Yeah, you do. But just just wear that little idol in your mouth, and everything will be okay. Just don't die.
Just don't lose. I mean, that was the plan anyway, right?
Yeah, exactly. Just play well. What are your guys' favorite rogue cards in the experienced variety? Please let us know in the comments below. We would love to read them. In the meantime, we'll see you guys next week as we finish up our experienced list with the survivor cards. See you then.